What do you get when you mix zombies and martial arts? It's day 11 of 31 Days of Horror and we are watching the movie Versus. This movie is a mix of over-the-top bloody action, campy humor, gunfights, and zombies. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while and I finally got around to watching it. So what is this movie about? That's a good question. The story in this is almost non-existent. Heck, none of the characters even have names. Our main character's name on IMDb is Prisoner KSC-2303. Everyone else's name is just what they look like in the movie. The beginning of the film gives us the most closest idea of what the general story is. So apparently there's 666 portals that connect to the other side. Our film takes place in Japan, which happens to be the location of the 440th portal, which also happens to be in the forest of the Resurrection Forest. The movie follows our lead KSC, who for some reason escaped jail. All we know is some Yakuza show up, and apparently they're supposed to go somewhere with him. But when he finds out that they kidnapped a girl, things change. KSC doesn't like how the guy is holding on to the chick because he claims that he's a feminist, so he decides to kill the guy, and well, because they're in the Resurrection Forest, the guy comes back to life as this like zombie monster dude who's super strong, and so he starts attacking everybody and everybody starts shooting the undead monster. This scene is actually pretty funny. They shoot him I don't know how many times and this guy takes a lot of bullets. KSC and the girl run away and the Yakuza have to chase after them, but they can't kill them because their orders is they can't harm them for some reason. All we know is some immortal dude shows up who has a lot of power and starts beating up all the Yakuzas and then takes them under his control. They never really explain how he got all of his powers in the first place either. Also, KSC, the girl, and the big bad guy who's immortal are all linked somehow, but they don't really go into heavy detail why this is. But what I do know is the bad guy wants the girl because for whatever reason she has like all the power in her so that he can gain that power from her by sacrificing her. The fighting in this movie is a lot of fun. There's like some pretty good choreography, a lot of zombie shooting, sword slashing, gore. There's so much buckets and buckets of blood. I mean, it gets pretty ridiculous at sometimes. Also, these zombies are pretty strong and they can use weapons, which is not your typical type of zombie. The thing that hurts this film the most is the pacing. This movie is 2 hours long and it feels like it's 2 hours long. There are so many long scenes that don't need to be long. Like the main character will start talking and then be quiet for like a minute and then finish his sentence, and they can't edit that out because it's like in one single shot. They could have easily trimmed 20 minutes of this movie and it would have been a lot better in my opinion. Also, the fact that no one has any character development or even names at all hurts this film because you don't really care about really anybody. Also, the extreme lack of story hurts this film a lot because I was confused throughout most of this film and I thought they were gonna fill in the blanks near the end, but I was still very confused, especially with that ending. They jumped 99 years into the future. Still confused. Now, why do I like this movie? It's just overly campy and goofy with tons of action and blood that's just entertaining. On a scare meter, this gets a 0 out of 10. On a blood meter, this gets an 8 out of 10. This is why I give Versus a 7 out of 10. If you guys like this review, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more, hit that follow button. And as always, thanks for watching.